We may have been live for a while.
I love Lacoste, brate. Mwah. Najbolji si.
That's cool. Yeah.
I dodged the bullet.
Yeah. Like they didn't hear all those things you were saying about Lacoste sleepovers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right, we're in the game,
let's go.
Don't be confused. This is no bounty hunter. They just decided they want to switch up the name. So, Kaipi are playing, guys. Courtesy of both.
Yeah, Kaipi, man. Haven't seen them in age. They're making a comeback. It's not no bounty hunter. Don't listen to my. No, it truly is no bounty hunter, guys. They're just messing with this. They've been Arise and Bone 7, right? These two have been in Kaipi, so.
And
they're reliving.
Wow. I was gonna say, first pick Leshrac. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen this, right? Like, since the nerfs to his cast range, people kind of didn't care as much anymore.
Yeah, like, Leshrac has fallen out of the meta, but overall, there are some players that keep on picking him, like Araman. He really values the hero a lot and continues drafting him on 4. It's interesting to see. I mean, if you first pick this hero, it's most likely going to be a support, but the hero is sort of like... Witch Doctor. Yeah, it's not like Witch Doctor. And it's not... It's sort of like Pango, let's say, because with Pango, you can roll him on position 4 or 3, and when you're picking Leshrac, you can roll him on anywhere, actually. Like, he can be mid, he can be 4 or 5, so this is most likely going to be the dual support combo. Position 4 Leshrac and position 5 Bane. By the way, Pango, man, what do you think about that? Bone 7 Pango?
So,
or is it hacking Pango?
I hope there is going to be a POS. I just don't like the POS for Pango. I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I feel like this hero is much better because he needs levels early on, right? And yes, when you're doing the like 2-1-2 lanes, you can kind of get that to an extent. But I felt like people were finding him desirable as a POS 4 when the roaming meta was strong and alive.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. I think the hero needs levels and gold and experience, and he really does a lot with them. Like, you can do the utility play with Pango, or you can do the damage with the javelins and maelstroms, whatnot. However, Bane is kind of well, before, Bane used to be super scary against Pango because if he grips you, he breaks your ultimate. Right now, he doesn't. He grips you, but you keep on rolling. So if someone happens to be passing by, like this Witch Doctor, and he casks that Bane while he's gripping you, you're going to continue rolling. You're going to go rolling still. Like, that's all right. I think that was a buff that Pango needed. In my opinion, the hero was good, but he was never broken. He was never super strong.
It's like same with Willow, right? Like, Willow's getting spammed first and then immediately
Willow was
disappeared.
Broken.
So unfair. Bedlam's OP. It's not like it loses effectivity if you're with your team.
No, let's not go there. Like, Willow would solo a carry. Like, minute 45, position 5, Willow would solo a carry. That thing had to be nerfed a bit.
I mean, Liz, I think there's a problem in your games because even in my pubs, my carries will be BKBs now.
All right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, what do I know?
It's like you lean back like, oh my god, I never thought this before. BKB is actually an item. Like, it's true, right? It does completely nullify that hero. I think the frustrating part about Willow was always Shadow Realm, right? Like,
Shadow Realm, and the point when your BKB is out, so she just jumps in and completely destroys you, annihilates your carry alone. No position 5. Like, how many position 5s do you know that can actually solo a carry at any point in the game if their BKBs are out? Let's not consider the BKBs, because BKBs, yeah, it's...
Listen to Uncle Lizard, okay? He's seen things.
But for real, though, like, there aren't many heroes that could have done that, and she was one of them. She got nerfed, and then she got buffed, and then she got nerfed and buffed again, so... Yeah, we'll see if she's gonna make a comeback. I've seen some of these players... they started spamming her and practicing her again in pubs. They're just trying to feel her out if she's still strong. Oh, this guy's strong, though. This guy is in the meta. This guy is definitely still alright. Kind of a hero that completely helps you win one of the lanes. And then later on, don't be fooled. Once he gets those talents, level 20 is actually the most important. Like, it's very important for him to get to that level after the laning stage, as you get the bonus attacks on the tombstone, right? And then you get the
so
get
it's
the
Tombstone on
on
death, then it's
yeah,
attacks, then you take
exactly.
the reincarnation, and it's just
Yeah,
absurd.
on level 15 it's tombstone on that, and
Yeah.
on level 20 it's the reincarnation, the bonus attacks, and those two are actually super important. Later on, yeah, you get the reincarnation, but it's good, it's great. It's an additional tombstone if you die again.
Like, isn't the concern here that I believe this? Like, typically we don't see a Witch Doctor as a pos 4, so they're probably gonna do the dreaded thing we hate to see, which is the Undying as pos 4, not 5.
Oh yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah. Actually, it's gonna be Undying position. Last time we watched them, it's not Kaipi, guys. It's No Bounty Hunter. Last time we watched No Bounty Hunter, they actually played Undying on 4. Akimbro loves playing it. Last time he went for Crimson, and he was the utility guy, Vessel Crimson. So I wonder if this game Pango is gonna be the guy that dishes out a lot of damage, while Undying is the utility sort of a hero. But they can both go for utility, certainly, but we'll see. Anyway, Brewmaster. So yeah, we have their offlane mag, Brewmaster, most likely.
That's a decent pick immediately in response to it as well. Like, Ember, you've now got the flexibility. You know the offlaner. I'd say that Ember's decent against the Brewmaster in the offlane. You do need to be careful of the right clicks. And I'd imagine they're going to run the Bane Brew together just for the harassment factor.
Yeah, they might. They have a Clinks now as well. This hero, oh man,
this hero is disgusting. Like, how many buffs? How many buffs in a row has it been?
How many indeed? Buff after buff after buff. Like, I've seen a Clinks dodge like, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want this hero in my pubs, honestly. Heroes that have built-in evasive abilities, and right now he has 2. One is Invis, and the other is his. God damn it! What's the name? Help me out.
He's got the strafe, and I believe
strafe,
was it? Did they change? I can't remember if they've changed it yet to be evade all attacks. At first, it was evade projectiles.
It's evading everything. Yeah. Everything. You plug out the PC cord from the guy that is playing Clinks is still not disconnected. He evades DCs, man. He evades everything. It's ridiculous. I'm sick of this hero already. It's just been buffed. It's already broken. But in the same game, like he is playing versus Ember, Undying, Pango, and Witch Doctor. The only thing that he can evade from these heroes is the Witch Doctor's Cask. Everything else is AoE, sort of. So it's not really I mean, it's a decent game, and he can play mid versus Ember fairly easily. Like, he can destroy Ember on mid. But overall, I don't know if the strafe is gonna work very well.
Yeah, it's debatable, especially things like the Searing Chains. It's a root; it will reveal you in your invis as well.
Yeah, too, that as well. And the Pango, it's kind of hard to rolling boulder on top of the Clinks, but you can use your swashbuckle to bring him low, and that's all right. Pango can't lane versus Clinks though, and Clinks is kind of all right versus Undying's Tombstone as well because of the strafe. So
they banned out the Lina on the side of No Bounty Hunter, which
yeah, so they're expecting the last pick from Vega to be mid, and does Vega have the last pick? It's always kind of harder for me to see.
No Bounty Hunter has the final pick, but it's also like Lina does quite well against Ember, so maybe that kind of avoiding a bad matchup.
Yeah, so we should expect the Ember mid then, most likely. And then they need a carry on the side of Kaipi. They need the last pick carry for... Oh, it's last pick. I remember Faye in my team. I remember that. Please give me last pick. Please. It's going to be Slark. Here we go.
Oh.
Slark last pick.
Oh, it's a
God damn it, even dirtier.
That is pure filth. That's actually really good here as well.
Yeah, it's so good. It's Clinks mid though.
It's Clinks mid, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not easy for Clinks to lane. It's a Rise Ember. So I'm not certain how they're gonna lane this. They can lane the Brood anywhere. Like anywhere on the map.
That Brood is gonna dominate anywhere, I think is the bigger thing.
Most likely you want that Brood to either be mid or safe lane. And we'll see what happens here. Like, it's not it's a straightforward game for the Brood, because if you play versus Dandy or Palantimos on that lane, you crush them completely. But at the same time, if you get scouted by Dandy when he gets some farm, it can kind of go south. But the laning stage should be fairly easy for her as long as they lane her properly.
I think that's the key concern, though, right? Like, when you look at the cores on the side of NoBH, their cores are very good at harassing, whereas when you look at the side of Vega, they're relying on their supports to enable their lanes.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. But this draw aura, like, it's not easy to play against it even when you are Brood. And Brood is gonna be mid. I wonder if they might try to swap something out, maybe send Mag mid. Like, there's a way to deal with the Broodlings right now. It's not great. It's not great, and not every hero can do it. But what you can do is you can go for 2 stouts. So it kind of helps out. Buying 2 stouts on, let's say, if they send Mag to lane versus Brood, he buys 2 stouts, he should be able to kind of lane at least. While Klinks and Drow, if they are laning against Brood, it's not going to be fun. It shouldn't be fun. Once she gets a few levels, let's say this Klinks lanes against her. If they buy her a dust, once she's level 5, she can just... Not even 5, level 4 is enough to completely zone Dandy out. But, yeah, we'll see.
I mean, yeah, it's that type of scenario where when you've got that melee, I think the typical one we saw a lot was Monkey King to counter Broods, but they don't have that inherent counter right now, like especially the magic resistance buff to the Spiderlings.
Yeah, exactly. And he did last pick it. Like, it was last pick Brood, so you couldn't really react to it. It's the filthiest thing in the game, right? Like, last picking Brood or Meepo, like Meepo, whatever. Meepo is bad, like whatever. You can always kind of coordinate well versus him if you're good enough. But some of these heroes, like Brood last pick or Huskar last pick, let's say, if the game is right and you last pick Huskar, it's so hard to deal with him, right? And it's very similar with Brood. If the game is right for her, and I don't see why not. Like, this game, the only thing that I see is perhaps this Klinks scouting her in the woods, and then they kill her once he has that orchid or something. But overall, besides that, it should be a free Brood game. It should be.
That's kind of a conundrum. Like, because you need Dendi to have a good start to get an orchid at a decent time, but he's in the lane against the thing that they want him to shut down, which he can't until he gets that orchid. Like, it's pretty ridiculous, especially considering you don't have any lockdown to hold Brood in place. So if she's farming jungle next to a tree line, you've lost the ability to kill. Yeah. Like, you can't really... Yeah, it's very hard. Like, this is the way, though. You scout her out with Klinks, and then Bane comes in close enough and grips her. And then you start whacking her with your searing arrows. So that's the way I see. I wonder how Leshrac is going to do. Like, once he gets a few levels, is he going to be able to clear these spiders instantly because of the magic resistance that the Brood has? It's pretty... Oh, what? They're actually putting Drow on mid. That is begging to be dove. Like, this is not going to be... I mean, yes, you have... I'd say you have a bigger advantage on getting 6. I think the issue with Klinks is he's going to be back and forth to the jungle just to get a creep. So then it's harder for him to actually just... This is the reasoning. If I was doing this would be my reasoning. This Drow is here for the aura. She's strong, and that's all right. If she gets a lot of farm, she's gonna be a factor. That's true. But if we put this Klinks on the side lane where he doesn't suffer versus the Brood, like, he can be the deciding factor later on for us. While we can always sack the Drow Ranger. Like, Drow Ranger lineups are not really... She just exists to give an aura, basically. Yeah, she exists and she gives you aura. It doesn't have to be a lineup that's all about the Drow. Like, she's strong, but you don't have to just worry about her. Like, if she has a bad laning stage, it's whatever. So, we'll see. Like, this Klinks and Leshrac could do a lot to Arise and Flash. There's 2 ranged heroes versus Ember that cannot buy a PMS. It's hard. On mid lane, though, they're zoning this route quite hard so far. Yeah, they've made a lot to it. She did get rid of the ward straight away because they had their ward down first. So Vega lacked vision there. But, I mean, Bane's that lane bully. He can just do this constantly. And until you get like 2 points into the spin web, you're in trouble. Yeah, he can sit anywhere with Bane. Like, he can stand anywhere on the lane. While you can't really say the same for Drow Ranger, and he's being golden right now. Oh, they jump him. That's it. They kill him. That's it. Yeah. Watching the bot lane, expecting Slayer to drop there because he was getting a little bit close, but in the end, they just... This is kind of the issue. Like, Faye shouldn't be able to walk at you like that, not this early, but you have no lockdown. You have nothing to stop both of them.
Yeah, like, very weird. This Undying, he took, I mean, truth be told, they are setting up for these double decays, and when he was diving that draw, he had 20 decay stacks, so he hit quite hard. And right now, look at this, like, they're still doing the same thing. They're giving him too much strength. They should not be stacking up for these decays, and that's why she died in the first place. Like, Bane couldn't stop that from happening.
It's definitely going to be a very brutal lane, I'd say. It's that type of scenario as well. Like, yeah, you can brain sap up, but you can have less health each time. And if you just get like 4 or 5 spiders, you can dive the tower on Drow that's actually stupidly slow to begin with.
Yeah. Once... It's gonna be so hard. A few levels on this Brood Mother and rip this lane, actually. The Bane is not gonna have any effect. Oh, he misses. Does he? No.
He gets his little spiders. And this is kind of frustration. Like, he's probably going to go... Would you go for a second point web first? And then you just can't really be forced out at all? It's typically spawn spider, right?
Yeah, it's typically spawn. And I think that's what I would do as well. Because then you have more options, I believe. We'll see what he goes for. But if it was me, I would go for the spawn Spiderlings level 2, definitely. On bottom lane, how's this lane going? Oh, they're doing fine.
Going really well, but Slayer does get rooted up. Stun gets dodged out by Rise. The cast bounces back on Slayer again. They should be able to body block him up, and that means the Rise should be able to get this kill. Slayer just stands his ground and accepts his fate.
Wow, if he only used that lightning bolt earlier on the Rise and then just ran a different direction, he could have survived.
I feel like he could have TP'd. There was an opportunity to TP because the cast finished and they'd already used the Searing Chains, and level 1 is huge.
That cast was kind of unfortunate, wasn't it? Like, bouncing twice to him, and it's only level 1 cast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, after that, though, because Searing Chains is a 14-second cooldown.
Of course. We understand each other.
No, we know what to... I know. I'm just, like, clarifying for the viewers, man. You know? Because it's like, people always forget because they're used to seeing Searing Chains being spammed because that way it's maxed out.
Yeah, they don't have this connection we do. Like, like you just say one letter of the sentence, and I instantly know what you mean.
Yeah,
like look at this Drow. Like, she's going to the jungle already. Like, this is what we expected, right? We expected a jungling Drow minute 2.
I mean, you said she's just about the aura. What else do you care about, you know?
Oh, she's moving top.
Actually. It looks like they're going to swap the lanes. Mag might be able to deal with this better, but he's not going to have a fun time either.
I mean, this is not about it's not anymore about Mag dealing with mid. It's about how...
It's what you can afford to sacrifice. And Mag, it's just like, if you get 6 on the brew, you're happy.
Yeah, but they're all gonna be fine.
Haste coming from Akeem. They move around the back. Planetwall's taking a lot of damage. The brain sap. The Nightmare drop Bone 7, but Akeem will just run down Planetwall, so that Haste rune's still running. Nothing to stop him getting the kill. South gets cancelled on Bone 7 by Zayat. Zayat's trying to get vision of him, but the Mango comes out. Go to swashbuckle away to safety, and he'll just TP out.
Yeah, this is exactly what we meant. Like, this Drow rotating top, she was level 2, and at that time Pango was level 4. So what's stopping? Like, yeah, she's gonna have an easier time. She's not gonna be feeding, because that's what would have happened mid if she remained 100%. But then she still dies because you're still a level 2 Drow versus a level 4 Bango, and an Undying that's nearby. So.
The Undying's just gonna follow her wherever she goes, and the fact that Bane has to means that he gets value out of doing so. It's quite the conundrum.
So, what's going in their favor? They have this Brew. He's gonna be farming mid. The Phase Brood is definitely gonna outfarm him. He's gonna outfarm him because he's doing exactly this. He doesn't feel pressured. So what he can do is he can creep skip like this and then go into this triangle around the shrine and farm those two camps. So Brood is gonna have more farm, but Panda is gonna get level 6 without any contest as well. Bottom lane, Slayer.
Cast did not bounce favorably because there's nothing there, but Searing Chains stunning himself against Slayer. Just becoming a little bit too predictable for him. He has got the one, and the response coming out from Dendi and Zayats as well, and the Nightmare means they should be able to get on top of him, but no. Flash, he saves his core, but he won't be so lucky. Oh, Willie, the cast bouncing again. Oh, the brain sap to ensure he can't kill off Slayer. That was almost a bit of a blunder.
Classic position 5 dying for his out of position carry. I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain, Flash. Love you, man. Don't feel down. You did the right thing. Alright, yeah, you usually sacrifice yourself for the carry. It's how it goes. It's one of those things that you gotta do. And as we were talking about, This draw is completely dominated on top, just as she was on mid. She went for 3 raid bans. That's it, man. It's all about this aura.
I thought she was going to stop at 2.
And bottom.
Oh, they jump in. Can't you get the kill on a rise? What?
Almost. Like, then they soloed him. No one else helped. Like, these 2 guys were smoked up, but then they just abusing the damage that he's got. He has 85 damage right now, plus the strafe. He just managed to take down the Ember, which was already kind of on half of his HP. So
I mean, that's just that type of solo kill you don't expect to be seeing, though. And actually, they've moved to Rise mid now. Mag should be able to contend with this quite well, considering he's up to level 7. I'm not sure if this is the move to make, but they're worried about the bot lane. The Nightmare comes out and Flash. This time he sacrifices himself for nothing.
I mean, yeah, he rotates and he's just gonna end up in the jungle because there's nothing. You were asking about, is this the right move? It's kind of the right move because he's not feeding on bottom, but at the same time he has no creeps mid. Broodmother is keeping them. You know, so there are no creeps on mid for him to farm. He can only farm jungle. I guess the best move for him would have been to move top because that's a free lane. He should be farming more than this Javelin, buying Pango or this Undying. Like, he needs more. It's not even about the farm, it's about the levels. And this Lynx might just feed on him here. So, let's see. Well, he kind of understands.
Yeah, he knows they're looking because the only person showing bot is Slayer. But I mean, this is kind of Slayer's an interesting pos for because no matter what's happening, it's either he's picked the heroes getting a lot of kills like the Ursa last game, or he's left alone to have a lane like this, and he'll still find his
having so much fun, man. I want to be this. He's having so much fun. Like every single game, he's playing some.
Oh, top. They do find a rise. Searing Chains does connect, but they put down a ward. One more hit is needed. Gonna chase on the tower for this. Dendi wants it. Thinks twice though. Worried about the response. He should be. Bone is nearby and does have Rolling Thunder available.
He has Rolling Thunder and this Bones Pango hits hard. The Javelin is there, so you kinda can't like that. You have to be careful when it comes to him. But overall, like they've done the correct thing, but they haven't really been able. Our eyes.
He's in trouble. There's no. He already used the shrine. This lit comes out just to ensure the kill. He didn't know he'd used the shrine. Now just move across the bot lane, look to push in a little bit.
Being level 5 on your carry, minute 8.5 is not really the best feeling ever. But
you talking about the Drow or the Ember? Choose.
Ember, because
I mean
Drow,
both of them really.
No, I have to disagree a little bit because, okay, is Drow gonna maybe die here? Let's just
no, the Witch Doctor will though. Bot lane. Slap comes out. Cask. I mean, that's the best Cask you could ever hope for, but it happens after he's dead.
She almost died. That Centaur Kappa. Anyway, no, I'm kidding. But what I wanted to say is that Drow does a lot more without like farm. She does a lot more without farm and levels. Yeah, she wants that level 6 so that she has her ultimate so that this Lynx hits harder. But as Ember, if you don't have levels, like it's very hard for you to do anything at all. And he's been hunted down. He's been fair game for this Lynx for the majority of this game so far. Let's see if Bone 7 might... he kind of knows what's up. He swashbuckles out.
I get what you mean. It's like, yeah, the focus for Vega is Dendi is going to deliver us right now, right? The Brewmasters, you'll have it. You have to get into a big fight. Otherwise, it's just gank links, gank links, gank links. And right now, like you said, Ember is just the easy kill because Rise has been... I don't even know how much time he's spent in the jungle in the last 2-3 minutes. It's been a considerable amount.
He's been just running from one side of the jungle to the other. And he's even losing this fight to the Centaur. Look, super hard for him. No,
hey,
I mean...
the Drow was going to die to that, okay?
Someone's gonna die to the creeps at one point. Slayer mid.
Oh, they jump in. They'll go on top of him and no escape. Magic resistance again means that Faye doesn't give a damn. Neither the Spiderlings.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that because top
Dendi taking a lot of damage. They thought about reusing Rolling Thunder, but they didn't bring detection.
Yeah, if he had the dust there, they might have been able to go for him. But without the dust, it's just super scary and very unlikely that you're gonna get him.
It's also like how often do you build dust against the Clinks? Like. There's a discussion on heroes and what you should build against them. It's one of those heroes that runs away so damn quickly. It just feels like you need a sentry and then a stun. And right now, you've got some stuns you can work with. You've got Nightmare. You can set up with the Shrek as well. And speaking of Bane, he'd actually use the Fiend's Grip on the Bone Stale and they'll get the kill. Dendi shows up to ensure that he gets the gold. And this gets worse. This actually gets much worse because Akeem just dropped the Tombstone as well.
Yeah, this can't get any better for Vega right now. They're gonna kill Akeem. And most like, I mean, the tomb afterwards is just there, so...
Okay, so that was meant to be sect, yes. Like we're having some comm issues. I'm sure that's what happens in the top. I hope that's what happened at the top. I mean, the good news for them is Faye is doing fantastic. The bad news is you pick a Brood to not only pressure towers, but to force attention on yourself. And right now, they're just, like, they're ignoring Brood.
Yeah, he hasn't really... I mean, he's taken mid, tier 1, and now he's pressuring the tier 2. So he's doing Brood thing. Like, he's not wrong anyway. But he's buying Diffusal next. And that's already where I kind of disagree with this build.
And the Kim will fall as well. No way it gets out of this. And they did actually get the Tombstone as well.
Like, this is the new build, right? I mean, not so new, but there are some Brood spammers right now that are doing exactly this. So Medallion into Diffusal.
It's so irrelevant in fights, really. It's like, because typically with the Death Slayer build, it's like, I'm going to push towers. Great. Bot lane, though. Mag, can you get a split off in time? They need to be quick, not quick enough, though. He'll turn around and now jump straight onto them. Arise has no mana, which means he should have to leave Flash behind. Try and stay alive with the Voodoo Restoration. It's going to be close. The stuns come out. We've got half the duration of the Brew left. This is quite frightening. Flash is going to fall. Arise just be held in place while he runs off because he knows he's going to be low. And look at this in the mid lane. Faye's still pushing.
They have to deal with this, and they are using this shrine. They're close enough, but they don't have the grip, and without the grip, it's very unlikely that they're gonna get the Brood. Like, it's almost impossible. He has to go for them or do something ridiculous. Overall, Drow has caught up a bit. Like, she's doing better than the Ember, at least. Ember has boots, brown boots bottle. Oh, he finished Aquila, right as I said.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. And the wand, okay? Don't forget the wand as well. That's
no, I mean, he's had a rough game.
Oh, no, I agree. It's been pretty grim. Because we were worried about Drow falling behind and being forgotten about. But it's been 10 times worse for Arise.
Yeah, because with Ember, you want to make stuff happen at this part of the game, you know? You want to do stuff, but with Drow, you don't really have to. With Drow, you're satisfied with just staying back and farming a bit while your Klinks does the work with that bonus damage that you're giving him from the other side of the map, by the way, while you're farming some centaurs or whatever. So...
Sounds like you've got some serious hate for the global aura.
Nah, not at all. I love this. You know what I love the most? Like the good old Drow and Visage. You know, I like.
Oh, that disgusting combo. I remember the outrage when that got discovered.
Oh, that was so good. One of my favorite things, definitely. As a Visage picker, at least.
Slayer? The cask. Been half a second sooner, he would have died. He was being a little bit ballsy there, just trying to annoy Bone a little bit.
Yeah, he's not doing a whole lot with the Rip Courier.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. And now, Bone
Akim
needs to get across here to help out Akim. So that's going to try to the TP out. They didn't use the Roll of Thunder, though, so they won't fall for that.
Oh, Grip on mid.
Oh, they jump in. They're actually going to find Faye. This is getting a little bit worrisome now. This is what you're saying. They've got the Fiend's Grip. They can jump in and look for that kill in the Brood. They just need to play around that.
That's actually... Oh, they're all tipping him, of course.
I mean, they've been so frustrated by this Brood. Would you not do the same?
No, they're not frustrated. They're actually very satisfied right now because this Brood is one. You know those piñata things. Am I pronouncing that right? Piñata.
Yeah, a piñata. It's just full. It's full of candy and gold.
Exactly. So she's this like Brood plushie, like a spider plushie, filled with candy and gold, and they just took it, and they didn't even have to try hard to kill him. Like, they just gripped him in the center of the goddamn plane. So, yeah, as Brood, you have to be providing pressure and you have to be pushing, but at the same time, if there's only this grip to catch you, you shouldn't be dying. So, yeah, Kaipi was playing on this Brood, and right now after that, I'm kind of worried for them.
Bone? A little bit far in. Actually, you could still chase. They'll just take the tower instead. They might just push on to tier 2.
There is Brood to fight if necessary.
But Slayer sees everything. Slayer sees everything here. Bone? They hit the stun. No, the Nightmare! A little bit of miscommunication here. There'll be a swashbuckle away. That was not the intention, and now the wrong thunder coming out. Bone needs to move very fast here. But no, he actually hits the wall instead. The shield crash missed time. There's no chance they get anything out of this. Maybe they push for... I mean, what do you push for is the question. Your Brood isn't set up in any lane. He's so focused around mid.
After these mistakes, you just go back to the fountain and you lock yourself in there. You plant a few branches, you wait a few minutes. Oh, top. Mag.
They jump in. Mag. He has got the split available, though. They're trying to force it out of him here. But they don't do enough damage. He'll be able to just walk it off. That Crimson Guard. And this is what I mean, the Death Ward. Who cares? There's a Crimson Guard. He'll be fine.
Yeah, that's a physical damage dealing spell, so it's not really great. Also, I just want to say how much... Like, good job, Mag. Like, this Crimson Guard is definitely what they needed. It's the best item in this game, 100%. It's so good. I also like that he's going for Radiance after the Blink, if that's what he decides to. I just love everything that he's doing.
Kim made small mistakes. Nightmare up. The cask will not save him. The clap will come out, and the Kim will know that his fate is sealed.
Yeah, but his Flash gonna follow the same fate, though.
He might be. Chased. Nightmare's coming off cooldown. Nice seeing chase from Arise. Watchbot comes out. The Fiend's Grip straight away in Arise. They have to use the wrong fun. The Nightmare beautifully dodged from sides. And no! Boney's got stuck again! They kill off Flash, and now Bone needs to get out. The Swashbuckler's going to try and stand. There's a Brain Stab coming out from Zayat. He'll be able to move away, but Faye is chasing him. Meanwhile, Arise in a little bit of trouble himself. Needs to be careful. They'll throw the bottle on top of him, and Arise will fall. Triple kill for Slayer already. But can he find more? He needs to be careful. The buyback from Bone. The stun control again. They actually might kill him. It's going to be a dieback. Ultra kill for Slayer. He's out of mana, though, and he might finally fall as a result of this. He'll look to move away. Arise will jump in. That's all his remnants got. Mag. I mean, he's just going to back away from this, surely. He can't go for more. They're just buying time for Clinks because Dendy's already taking the tier 3 in the bot lane. They force a buyback out of Bone. But what can he do with it?
I just wanted to interrupt my play-by-player there to say how much damage this Dandy's Clinks.
Oh, no, I noticed. I noticed. It was just absurd. The Bone's luck on this Pangolier has...
Yeah, it's just... It's not there. It doesn't exist. He has zero luck. Like... Oh god, like just jumping into that one spot and not being able to get out afterwards is just...
Seems, well, the worst part is that's the second time he's had an incident like that. This has to demoralize you at this point. It's like once, okay, you can shake it off, but twice, you're starting to build a little bit of a pattern here.
Alright, I'm gonna put it this way, yeah. But at the same time, if he had Blink in the first place instead of his Javelin, he would have never gotten into those... No, I'm serious.
No, I agree. But he should have it soon. Meanwhile, Zayat, he's going to have a kill. Flash, he thought he was safe to walk up. I mean, I don't think you should even be anywhere near like this because Dendy is always on the prowl.
Where's Brood, by the way? When's she ready to do anything?
He's been farming for so long now. It's like he got to the tier 3 and then refused to do anything else because he was worried about feeding gold.
Yeah, but he died because he was... Oh, okay, here we go, Slayer.
Jumping on the Slayer. Has the Yules by a little bit of time. Most of the spies are already dead. Oh, Nightmare to save him. He's still using his ultimate here. The Pulse Nova will get rid of the creeps. They'll die for it. And now the Wrong Thunder coming up. The silence straight away. Bone needs to back off because Dendy's chased from behind. Zayat will fall in the meantime. And they move across it. Rise hits the Serum Chase on the Dendy. Dendy's surrounded on all sides. They'll finally use the Wrong Thunder. Chasing through Mag. He cannot help out his Clinks here. And a triple kill occurs for Faye.
Alright. Kills... just came to him, apparently.
We wondered when we were going to see Faye do something, and apparently, if you just go to him...
Yeah, apparently, if you just don't do anything, people just run at you, and at one point, you get kills. So, I mean, he was in the right position in the right time, and he got that flash, so kudos to him. Well played. I think they should have just fallen back. They're very cocky again. If you remember that last game, Slayer had a really fat Ursa, like he was so tanky and everything, and he just did so much. This game, yeah, it's not the same, but this Slayer's Leshak is actually doing a whole lot already. Oh, Yules!
Oh, Yules coming out! They found Bone, and he gets away. No, missed time stun. They'll slow him down the Lightning Storm. They might force him to use the wrong thunder at this rate. Zayat's moving across. The slow comes out from Mag. They'll have vision for this, and there's a Fiend's Grip straight away just to ensure he dies.
Yeah,
they need to back out. Zayat's been found in the river here. Nightmare to try and buy some time, but it won't buy much. The Crimson Guard might help out somewhat. The silence goes out on Akim, taking a lot of damage. The split has been used as well. And they will mean that Akim does pop. Meanwhile, the Yule's used to catch on the flash as well. He'll fall. Growl chasing around with Brew, and Brood will escape. But that secures a push on the tier 1, and maybe even go for a tier 2 or Roche.
The problem that I see with this Brood right now is the Crimson Guard on Brew. So he's doing the right thing. He's dodging these fights because the moment he joins the fight, if the Crimson Guard is popped, it's very hard for him to do anything. At the same time, though, he's building this BKB. But all the damage on the side of Vega is physical, besides the Leshak, right? And if he gets gripped, this BKB won't really help him. So I'm not certain about the item. I guess it's alright, but overall, the only time he died so far was with that grip, and if they catch him again with the grip, the BKB won't help at all. So
The only thing I think is maybe because of silence, but like in that case, I'd rather see a BKB on a rise, which we're not going to see anytime soon. He's actually so far down in net worth right now. He's 4th forest. He might die again. Dendy? Gonna be a lot of damage and it'll be enough. He should pop. No, he'll be fine.
No,
One hit was needed, but the Orchid didn't proc quick enough.
Talking about silence, there's Manta. That's a possibility, I suppose. Not the best one either, so... Yeah.
Let's go for
necessity. I guess the BKB is necessary, but overall it's...
I mean, he's going for the Yules, but I think the concern here is that you haven't even got Maelstrom yet. You can't even farm right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. Rise is having a rough time too. Like, they're forcing them into these items. It's not really items that they want to buy, but the items that they have to buy to stay alive.
Akim?
You never want to be...
No, nighttime vision. Lost sight. Right in the middle of the animation for Nightmare.
A cyberspace rabbit does not catch him there. But now, though... now
he gets it. Akim walks back, and this may have been a mistake. They're going to move across. And they got the silence to ensure he can't even tank up at all. Drow just run him down. Mag. And there's a jump in by Bone 7. He's got the use of the wrong funnel. They'll catch Stranded Slayer. They're trying to get him against the Yules up in time. Now Faye has to back away, or does he? He wants to go back in. But on the other side, the split comes out and Flash should fall. The Rise forced to retreat. And now Faye is all alone here because Bone does not want any part of this. He'll use the Shrine. Might look to go back in. In fact, he's just going to TP out and Faye will be left behind. Triple kill for Mag this time. And they focus so much on dealing with Slayer. And once again, in their bot lane, Dendy is just pushing.
Yeah, they're just trolling him at this point.
He might just kill a Rise here. Kill the Orchid. Okay, goes for it. A lot of damage done. Arise. Gonna be close, but he should just be fine. Courtesy of the Flame Guard absorbing the Orchid damage. And
yeah, Flame Guard is just saving him so far. I think they didn't have the Blink Dagger on Pango on top lane, right? So it was...
they blinked late. They blinked... Well, what they done is they blinked across for the kill on the Slayer. And then Stinger Slayer. Stun will land on Arise. Silence follow up. Arise will not escape this ranged hero with a bow. And meanwhile, the Nightmare on a Flash means he's going to die as well. Run him down, kill him off. Akim might get a few stacks of decay, but they really don't care. They're just going to focus on the buildings. You've got 3 dead, and there's no way you stop them right now. Thunder jumps in. They drop the Tombstone as well. They want to kill off Science. Here the Nightmare comes out. He's going to start hitting on the Tombstone, but now they jump through again. The shield crashed down. Bone 7 will secure the kill. But they don't even care about the zombies. They're just hitting buildings. The Crimson Guard means they take no damage here. They'll finally turn around and kill it. They don't land the silence on to Bone 7. They will land on Akim. The slow from the clap as well should enable the kill and the chase through. Faye, BKB's up, but there's a Ghost Scepter again. They'll pop him regardless. Slayer does fall. Plantimos is going to go for the TP out and will be able to make it thanks to the E-Blade that he built. Mag, he'll go for a TP as well. There's no way to stop him. Yeah, and Dendy went back in again.
And yeah, they just came, took what they needed and went out without any true contest, to be honest. So bottom lane lost, top lane lost.
You need the world's smallest violin for this one. It's just...
we definitely need a small violin.
Dendy's not even been involved in the big fights, right? He's just been pushing the whole time, and it's paying off.
Split pushing. He's just split pushing, and it's ridiculous that he's managing to just win off of doing that, because they're winning these fights 4 versus 5, but they just had such a steady lead in the laning stage. Even though they played versus Brood, they pressured more, and yeah, they're just winning on all. I mean, honestly, Mag is doing the most of the work here. It's very hard for them to lose these fights when you have a Radiance Crimson Brewmaster, because it's next to impossible to kill him with the items that they've got right now. Like, they have nothing to stop this Brew from dominating them.
Which means they have nothing to really get on top of Plantimos. And Dendy's close by this time, which makes it more problematic for them.
And he has a BKB on Palantimos, so and there's a nullifier on Dendy. Like, this is looking grim. I'm not gonna say it's over. It's looking grim.
Science is getting low here. They might try and jump in. The Brain Sap comes out. Will be able to survive the jump through with the blink. Bone 7. Shield crash secures killing the sights. They need to go in for more though. Slayer has got the Pulse Nova on, which means they don't want to be anywhere near him. The BKB comes out Palantimos. Nice Yules control. They need to follow up with a stun, and they should be able to find the kill. He does swashbuckle away, but not before he gets silenced as well. That should be Bone 7 falling. Now, look at Mag. He just stands there. He's like, well, are you going to come to me? Faye has to use the BKB. Trying to go on a den. He needs to be careful. Jumps straight across on Slayer. Out with the E-Blade again. Oh, sorry, the Ghost Scepter this time. They'll jump in. Searing Chains. They might finally get Slayer. They have to use another Remnant. But the silence comes out as well as the mute, which means a Rise falls. But Lantos on a triple kill. He's going to go for more, though. Faye going to be close. He gets up the high ground just in time, but not for long. Then he will pop him still. The buyback comes out. They need to hold this, but they don't have any way of dealing with both of these heroes at the same time. Bounce misses. Mag split is finally finished. Plantimos gonna hit by the Maledict as well as Cast with kill flash though. Now the silence comes on to Faye. He has to back away. And they'll just clean up the rest of your racks. This is just looking like a grim storm. They have no way of stopping this. Arise?
There's quite a
Arise is
few
dead.
Grim things happening everywhere.
Faye's been hit. Mag is just chasing. He doesn't even care.
Faye is backing away.
Roll Thunder in. Bone 7 chases through. Will hit onto Mag. They might be able to actually kill him off. But the Fiend Script coming out onto Faye. Controlling him up. They're trying to move across. Then he gets interrupted. Nicely done by Bone 7. Cuts the back line. Will look for a kill on the Plantimos, but will actually die off himself. And now they lose Brood, rather, and GG. I mean, let's be honest. It was looking... There was so many things they needed for this to go right. And the laning was grim, right? Like
I'm just sitting here and admiring you, Killer Pigeon.
Dude, I'm like, you know what? I've realized my one problem. Well, I've got many problems, but the one I've noticed is if there's a brew and a brood in the same game, my God, it's so easy to slip.
Like you keep on casting and you keep the hype on, and I really respect that.
You have to believe, man. You got to believe. There's a slim chance, right?
No,
like,
there is, but at the same time, when you see that brood running in, there's 3 different targets. She tends to go for that drow because usually that's what brood mothers do. They go for that drow ranger. You go because she's like squishy, right? She didn't even scratch her. Like all those spiders hitting her, absolutely nothing. Then she turns to the Leshak. The Leshak just heals himself. Then she turns to the Brewmaster. Brewmaster didn't even use his goddamn ultimate the whole time he was saving it. So he dropped super low and then he uses ulti. And then the brood, yeah, she manages to get to the high ground, but like, why? You haven't done anything. Why are you running? It's not.
I mean, I get what you mean. Even I kind of reached that point towards the end. I think it was kind of sure a little bit. It's like you can kind of see that the chance of them winning this is like,
very, very low, very slim chances. First game they got crushed by that Ursa, but I saw them having more chances than in this game because in that game they actually had a lineup that could work well together. This lineup.
It's more than that, like Bone had a perfect. I'd say he had a perfect initiation for them to defend their base, but they couldn't do anything.
Yeah, on the back of that, they couldn't do anything because they lost the other lane, the Ember lane. They lost it hard, convincingly, and the Ember just had such a hard time catching back up that he couldn't do any damage. Like he couldn't dish out any damage at the moment in the game. Like what he has travels and Aquila versus BKB E-Blade Drow. He can't even kill the Drow. It was just a difficult game for them overall. I think the Brood Mother pick, it was the last pick, and it looked nice on paper, but it just didn't deliver for them.
I feel like we see a lot of Ember, but that actually may be the most rough Ember game I think I've seen in like 2 months.
Playing versus 2 ranged heroes with the Drow aura, even though Drow was quite underleveled, is very difficult. So.
I mean, you called it. You said it didn't matter. Drow gets shut down, but she's still leveling the aura the whole time. It'd be nice if she can be involved. I mean, I think the fully demoralizing part was no matter how good they thought the fights went, right? We saw it top especially, where they took a few kills back. Dendi was just pushing the whole time. Like that was always kind of creeping in the back of your head. You kind of have it whispering in your ears. Yeah, you might beat us, but we're 4 right now. Biggest problem is just pushing base.
It was very weird that he was able to just run around and split push. And he's playing versus a Brood Mother. And he's doing more damage to the high ground than the Brood is. It was, very well played by him.
Well, a Spirit may be crushed, but Vega will be resolute in their abilities to maybe go through to phase 2. And that's something we're going to find out in, I believe it's an hour's time. We are scheduled for LOTV versus Vega Squadron. So, we'll go to a break. The stream will stay up, and we will resume in an hour's time, guys. So, stay tuned. Or rather, go eat. Go be ready for these games. Because I don't know about you, Liz. I'm sensing a best of 3 that hits 3 games.
Well, we need 1 at least today.
Come on. Get our hopes up. In fairness, this was... It felt a little bit like a stop.
We're getting a best of 3 now. Definitely.
And this will be interesting, man, because when you think about LTV, they do interesting things.
Vaga, right?
Exactly.
So
you got Vaga?
And Vega, right?
And Vega, yeah, and you got Vega.
So
and
Vega versus Vaga. Vaga.
Vaga. There you go. That's what you want.
Vaga.
And in fairness, I mean, both teams do make interesting picks. Like, you've got 2 very capable and interesting to watch POS 4s. You've got Slayer and you've got Cube. Not to take anything away from the other players, but I'm like, I'd say POS 4 role is harder, a harder role to find interesting players, right?
Mind blown right now. These two position 4s play so greedy that they're more like position 3s. So mind blown right now. You should see my hands. You know that action when you put your hands next to your
is it like a
forehead
not like this
like,
sort of thing?
And like no, it's like
oh, okay, yeah, that's like
know that one. All right, so
needs
I'm in the lobby.
LV
waiting
wows.
for you, but...
You're in the lobby, but we're not gonna begin. Like I'm pretty sure. Like I'll let you guys. I'll update in the chat if we do begin sooner because sometimes the teams are ready. But typically BTS they stick to the schedule. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be back shortly.
Guys,
we're gonna go eat. That's what we're gonna do. And
sounds
prep
good.
for like 4 hours of casting. Because we get like we're gonna get 2 games that are like 40 minutes, and one that's 2 hours.